We're gonna be doing this. Well, it's pre-recorded video by the time you guys get around to it, but this is actually going to be done live, right? And this is going to be showcasing the 4 3D games that were made available on the PlayStation 2, original Xbox, and the GameCube. And I'm going to be covering the PS2 versions as essentially just a way to show you what it would like if they simply remastered, or to make it even easier, simply just applied anti-aliasing to their 3D games. Now on the left, we're starting off with Deadly Alliance. So on the left, we've got like the standard how the character and the world would look without any anti-aliasing, because they didn't have that back on those consoles. That's why running these through emulators actually gives you a really good indication about how they would look by simply just adding this one graphical feature. That's all they need to do, right? So you can see there that going from left to right, the right one, so I've actually got 2 emulators running simultaneously, and you can actually see how much more, even though the anti-aliasing is the only graphical effect that's in play, we can actually see a huge increase in detail because everything isn't fuzzy anymore, right? Everything's nice and crisp. We're seeing the game or the character model as if it would be as in presented today, or whatnot, right? So that's like really cool, and you can see and this is running at 60 frames as well. Okay, so set your video to 1080p, 60 frames, make it nice and big on your TV or your phone, and you'll see the difference between the two. All right. So now I'm going to load up. Deadly Alliance. Sorry, not Deadly Alliance, Deception. Right. So that way you guys can see how that works, how that looks. Right. And then we'll move on to Armageddon, and then Mortal Kombat's Shaolin Monks as well, because I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool that we actually get to have roughly an idea of how these games would look if they simply just added in anti-aliasing. That's all we need, right? Online play, anti-aliasing, and off we go, right? That's all we need. So I'll just there we go. So we should all be fine loading up. Of course, I'll adjust the windows. One they're not completely in sync just yet, but they will be. But I get to use the one controller, and it's activating both of them at the same time, which is really handy, right? So we'll skip through the intro, and then we'll just go straight into like a practice or training session. So again, we can load up how it'll actually look. Right, there we go. Put in the code. Actually, no, I don't want that one. That one. And then we'll go, where was it? Was it Kombat? So did they move training into there? There we go, practice. Now we'll choose Scorpion again. And it doesn't really matter because we can't really see them, right? So it should put it on the same stage, but if it doesn't, whatever, but it should, right? There we go. All right, so you can see on the left, that is the god-awful aliased version, if you will, right? And we'll make this a bit bigger, just because it's sort of, see there, like cropping is a little bit off. There we go, I'll just slide him over. But you can see there anyway, right, that there is a huge difference between the two, all right? Not as, now, it seems to be a little bit more noticeable in Deadly Alliance, but you can absolutely see that there's anti-aliasing being applied on the right side of the screen, and it does smooth everything out and make it look really good. And it's not just the characters, it's the entire stage or anything 3D in that space. It's applying anti-aliasing to all of it, so that way it like freshens everything up and makes it look really good, right? So, and that's really cool, right? And again, running at 60 frames a second as well. so that way it all looks nice and crisp. So now we'll load up. Now we will load up Armageddon. Now Armageddon to me is actually very impressive. It actually looks really, for some odd reason, it just seems to really stick out, right? So we'll load up Armageddon. Hang on. There we go. And there we go. Nice. Run. Okay. Go back over here. Alright. So that's the only thing that they need to add is anti-aliasing. That's all they need to add, right? Because it just does wonders. And the big one to me anyway that looks really impressive is Armageddon's. It looks really good, right? So I'll skip through the intro, get into the main screen, right? And then load up, choose our profile, go practice. And then even on this screen it looks amazing, right? Should be the same stage. So we'll have a look-see. And I'll adjust the things as well. So we'll make that a bit bigger. There we go. I actually do have a filter. Let me just see if I can. No, that doesn't seem to do it anyway. Right. So maybe I'll put that on top. What does that do? No, that doesn't help. Doesn't help at all. All right, so you can see there. And I'll move this over. Bit there. You can see there the differences between the two character models. The left one is standard like console version you would have back in the day. The right side is all beautified up. So again, anti-aliasing doesn't just apply to the character models. It applies to everything in the stage, especially 3D stuff. It makes it look really, really good. And it just cleans up like that entire image, which is really nice, right? Again, that's what I'm saying. Like the only thing that they would need to do, that they need to add to the game, would be just having anti-aliasing. They literally don't have to add anything else except for online play, right? So lastly, we're going to load up Shaolin monks, right? Because that's going to be really interesting to see. All right, so let's load up a little bit. When I close the animators, that's why the cameras like went funny there. So like a little bit of lag. So let's load up Shaolin monks, right? And see how that looks. So I actually haven't checked this out yet, right? This is brand new. I haven't actually hit loaded up in a comparison type state. So this will be really interesting. This will be really interesting, right? So let's go back here. Now I'm just thinking, because I know obviously there's like a versus mode, right? So I'm just trying to see, and if there's like a training mode, I might actually load that up as well. So let's have a look. There's a versus mode there. We've got single player, we've got co-op, versus mode. I'm assuming if I choose, then no, I have to do that. So maybe, what's in single player? So we can go Scorpion. So I guess we're looking. I guess we're looking in the game itself, I suppose. Let me just, I gotta check this other window. Something's going on over here. For some reason I'd gone, I don't know why I've gone to that part. Scorpies. There we go. So I'm going to skip through if I can. There we go. Skip through, it's all loading up. Excellent. Excelente. So hopefully we can get a nice clear image for you guys to check out on screen. Alright. So already, let's everyone fuck off of that shit. Right. So what I'm going to do is put in there. I'll move this sucker up here. Right. So you can see there the differences between the two, and it's not because like one zoomed in and the other, right? Again, for some odd reason, for life, man, the crop, I set up like a crop thing so it'll be even, but you can see there the differences between the two. Now both these games are running at 60 frames as well, all right? But you can see here naturally, all right, you can see naturally how, you know, rubbish the image is, all right? And then if we zoom in for this one, far better, right? So you can see there, far better, right? Not as obviously as much detail as the actual 3D fighting games, but huge improvement, like massive improvement by having that anti-aliasing in there, not just for the character but also for the stages as well. So I wanted to showcase it to you guys. Let me know what you think about that, and that's the only two things I'd want: anti-aliasing and online play. That's it. Anyway, catch you next time.